Hello and welcome to RockPhonic Gaming. This video I'm going to be doing my first ever weekend on F1 2020. So let's get into it. So we're going to go click on 2020 cars. And I think I haven't really thought about what car I'm going to be. Should I be the obvious easy option and go for the Mercedes? The best car on the grid? Or should I pick Verstappen maybe? What do we think? I think the Williams is like one of the best looking liveries on the grid. We will go. Yeah, it's Mercedes. Hamilton or Bottas? Bottas or Hamilton? We'll go Hamilton. Australia, Bahrain. I had a few practice laps on Vietnam. It seems a bit of a crap track, if I'm honest. Netherlands, new track. Spain's always good. Monaco's always good. What should we go for? Let's go for. We'll do Spain. Qualifying one shot. Practice. We'll just do a couple of laps of practice just to get into it. 25% formation lap off. 90 left. Start session. Right, what I think I'll do is I'll just have 2 or maybe 3 practice laps, then get straight to qualifying, then straight into the race. I'm going to go medium tyres for the practice. And I'm going to go maximum downforce. Go to track and flying the lap. Okay, let's do this. So we're coming on, we're starting the 2 practice laps. Get ready to the DRS coming up now. So we're on the start finish straight. DRS is wide open as we're heading down to the first corner. Braking around the 100 metre mark. Turn in, use the curb. Turn right, use all the curb. Long right hand corner. Brake just under the Pirelli sign. Use the curb. Keep your foot in it. The car just grips, there's no understeer. Turn in to the left hand corner. Use quite a bit of the curb. Here's the little chicane. Use quite a lot of the curb on the right hand side there. Can I do it flat out? I'm doing it flat out. Yes, DRS is open. Managed to do that flat out. Brake. Oh, I've overshot it. Across the line. Even with the little mistake towards the end, it was still a reasonably okay lap. Let's go for another lap. Braking just a smidge before the 100 metre board, using all the curb, turning into the left. Here comes the long right hand corner. Straight out, use the bit of the curb. Braking under the Pirelli sign, purple first sector. It's early doors in the practice session, so we're going to get a few quick sectors. Dropping down into the left hand corner, using all the curb, almost went off the grass there, or the sand. Turn into the chicane. A little bit neater than last time. Can I do flat out again? Oh, Mercedes just grips so well. DRS is open as we're coming down to the tight left hand corner. Braking. Oh, I thought I overshot it, but I didn't. I got it perfectly. Throw it into these corners. This corner is quite hard to judge the braking point. Hence why I went all over the curb. It's this little tight chicane at the end. Get on the power early as you can into the last right hand corner. Towards the DRS, open DRS. And was it an improvement? No, that was second. Stroll's in first. He's on the soft tyres, as you can see on the left. I think that's all the practice laps will do. Then we'll get straight into qualifying right now. Right, this is the one-shot qualifying session. We're on soft tyres. Let's go to track. Come on, let's go for pole. It's a long right-hand corner now. Bottas is just ahead of us. He's doing a quicker lap than us. Brake on was to Pirelli sign. Oh, I messed that up then, but it's going well so far. Right, let's try and rein in Verstappen now. Dropping down to the left-hand corner. Soft tyres are gripping well. Coming to the chicane. Oh. Not as well as my practice laps, this. DRS is open. Managed to get up to P6 at the moment. Braking at the 100 metre board, turning left, just past the cone. Up to P4. This bumpy little chicane here. Throw it in. Final chicane. Oh, I'm going to have to rewind. Let's go from here. Accelerating at the last corner. We haven't got pole. P3 maybe, because DRS is open. I think that was P3, was it? Yeah, third. Not too bad, not too bad. So Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes. I think Verstappen was on pole, maybe Bottas second. We'll see the lineup now. Yeah. Verstappen, Bottas, Hamilton, top three. I was 7/10 off pole. Let's get into the race. Now, we're on the grid on the Spanish GP. I'm a massive fan of all the F1 games, but this is the first ever race I've done on this F1 2020 game. So, we're on P3 on the grid, just behind Verstappen and Bottas over there. So, let's get into it. Slightly delayed on the start, but we're doing okay compared to the guys behind us, Sainz and Leclerc. Verstappen and Bottas are so breaking into the first corner. It's quite difficult to drive and talk at the same time. You press the overtake button. So, an okay start. We managed to stay in third. Clerk and Sainz are behind us. Got a little bit of a gap to them. Into the chicane. Starting to slowly catch up with Verstappen. Still getting used to all like the little car setting changes on the right hand side. It's a bit different to the 2019 F1 game. So if you ever see me changing settings for no reason, then you'll know I don't know what I'm doing. Because they're a little bit different to the last year's game. As we accelerate out of the last final corner, to complete one lap. A bit of a gap ahead and behind us. Slightly braked a little too late on the first corner. Bottas and Verstappen are starting to pull ahead away from us. Let's try and reel them in. Can I do flat out? No. Bit of a left then, a bit of a left. Gotta admit it. Car's still heavy with fuel just on the second lap. Braking at the 100 metre board. The cone's not there anymore, so the driver's knocked it down. Into the final chicane. Gaps, is it roughly the same? Throw it into the first corner. Verstappen's got the fastest lap up to now. As we enter lap 3, the long right hand corner. Hitting the brakes on the Pirelli sign. This first sector's gone red, so we're a little bit slower than last time. Braking downhill into the left hand corner, too much curb there. Verstappen and Bottas really pushing ahead. Little left again, I can't do it flat out just yet. I'll have to wait until later in the race until the fuel's burn off a little bit, so the car weighs a little bit less. Brake into this tight corner. So the gap is already 2.4 seconds to Verstappen ahead of me, 1.3 to Sainz behind. It's me at lap 4, so I'm not doing that great at the moment. Like I said, it's like a bit more difficult to drive and talk through what I'm doing at the same time. I'd be slightly better if I wasn't talking, I think. What the yellow flag was about? 3.5 seconds to Verstappen ahead of me. I just love the black paintwork of the Mercedes. It looks so much better than the boring silver, in my opinion. Oh, a bit slow for the chicane. Oh, not very good exit at all. Sainz has really caught us up. He's only half a second behind us. Pretty sure he's got DRS as well. As we break into the first corner, into second, into the long right hand corner. Verstappen's 4.6 seconds ahead of us already. Only on lap 5. Keep looking behind me to see what Sainz and Leclerc are doing. I reckon if I wasn't in the Mercedes, I probably wouldn't. I'd be already behind them. Quite a lot of curb into a final chicane. Hopefully it's a bit tighter than the last time. It is a little bit. Sainz has got DRS, he's going to overtake me this lap, I reckon. You know, it says pit stop in this lap. I was just thinking, when are we going to pit? Oh, Sainz has easily gone past. We turn into the first corner. Let's get that McLaren out of the way. Let's get past him before we have to pit. Let's see if we do that. Clerk is very close behind me. Oh, it's a bit understeer into that corner there. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go an extra lap and not pit this lap. Clerk's making a move. I'm really struggling in this game. What's going on? Let's go very defensive there to keep the Leclerc behind me in the Ferrari. Right, let's get past this side. Let's do a good lap. With DRS, so that we're catching up a little bit on the straight. Oh, I hit him. I'll have to give it up. Right, so we're pitting now. Behind the sights. 5-second penalty. Oh, let's rewind that. I wasn't going that fast, was I? As we enter in the pit, hitting the cone on the way in. I was going too fast. Let's slow right down so I don't get a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Hey guys, what's going on? Change my tyres, please. Thanks, boys. So we're on lap 8 at the moment. Pit stop was 3.9 seconds, which is pretty slow in today's standards in F1. Undo the pit limiter. Up to P6, which isn't good. Behind Albon, he's got past it in the pit lane. Keep my fuel on standard, just so we've got the up run out towards the end. We've got behind me, so we've got Stroll and Daniel Ricciardo behind me. We've got Leclerc and Albon ahead of me. Leclerc and Albon were just behind me as before I went into the pits. They managed to leapfrog me when I was taking my pit stop. Brake the bit late into that corner. It's going to cost me a little bit of time. The big bumps in the last chicane, accelerating out of the last corner. Albon's got a bit of a gap on me already. Look at the gap. 1.7 seconds. Considering I was right behind him coming out of the pits in the last lap. Not good. It's the first corner. Come on, let's catch him on. A little bit understeered into that corner then. Had to lift off it a little bit. And 1 second behind Albon as we're in P6 on lap 9. Ooh, back end stepped out then. I think I got on the marbles. Back of the car, got very upset then. I had to completely back out of the corner. Stroll didn't make up too much ground when I made a mistake, so it's not too bad. So we're already dropping away from Albon. He's already 3 seconds ahead. Building a little bit of a gap to Stroll as we head into this chicane. Can't do flat out yet. No, I had to lift off. I could tell just as I was turning, it wasn't going to go in. What about break myself a little bit here? Oh shit, I've done the same thing again. Very bumpy into that little left-right. Turn down to the final couple of corners. That wasn't too bad, that was pretty neat. Use a bit of my ERS. Got over a lap of extra fuel, so I'm going to put that to rich. I turn my ERS up a little bit, so I've got a bit more power. Let's see if I can take some time out of Albon. Oh, purple for a second. Wasn't expecting that. Can't get past his lap. Dropping down into that corner. That was nice and smooth. Didn't get picked on second sector, got green though. A lot of understeer then, I had to ease it round. Try to keep it as neat as possible as coming out of the last corner. Heading towards the finish line. Oh, we got fastest lap. Which is nice. Turning off the ERS just to charge up the battery a bit more as we head into the first corner. So it's still in P6 on lap 12 now. Looks like Leclerc and Albon are having a little bit of a battle ahead of us. So that'll slow them down a little bit. and allow us to catch up. Let's see if we can take advantage of any mistakes. I've definitely caught him off, haven't I? When I came out the pits, I was dropped down to like about 3 seconds, something like that. Now I've managed to get the gap down to 1.2 seconds. Or 1 second now it is. Oh. If you heard that, Bottas took the fastest lap off me. Let's try and get it again. Yeah, not so good that lap. It's quick on the straight to the Red Bull. Heading into the last quarter of the race, last few laps. Let's see if we can get at least past Albon. Want to get past Leclerc as well, but I'm not sure. Cut the corner a little bit. Managed to get the gap down to just under a second to Albon. Leclerc and Albon battling. Has slowed him down a smidge. Oh. Managed to control it, I think. I'm getting... Oh, back stepped out then. Just like going to say, if we can get a clean last few corners, maybe able to get a run on Albon. We've got DRS though. We'll turn on ERS to give the engine a bit of a boost. Battery boost. Disable that to charge it up again. I have to turn the engine down a little bit because I'm running out of fuel. So that duo ahead of us of Leclerc and Albon, I think it's become a trio with me as well. And I think that's Sainz ahead of us. Albon's got DRS as well, so there. Oh, this is risky. Couldn't quite pull it off. Wasn't quite close enough. Need to shut the door. Right, if we can get a nice clean couple of corners, we can then get a run on him. No, I've messed it up. Braked a bit too deep because of them corners. But I'm going to press overtake. Got the DRS. Didn't end up to standard. Disable ERS to charge up a bit. Turn into the first corner. On lap 15 now, out of 17, we haven't got much time to get past Albon. Still in P6. Gap behind us to Stroll is 5 seconds. I don't think we need to worry about him. But we do need to worry about getting past a couple more cannons. Oh, damn it. Took way too much curb down, slid across the track. It's a shame because I got really close to Albon then. But we still got the RS. Got to get past it, come on. him got DRS. Oh, he's just got a bit more power than us on the straight. Can I go on the outside of him? Oh, can I go on the outside? Yes. Good move, everyone. Good move. Right, we're on lap 16 out of 17. We're going on to the last lap now. Can't get past the clerk. I suspect that Albon will get past us on the straight. He's so quick on the straight. Look at Leclerc, he's disappearing. You have to go defensive. That's just ignore that. Trying to keep the position, let's go around the other side of him. Oh, he's locked up into me. Let's push him off the track. On the last lap now. Some might just get DRS from Leclerc, even though he's quite a little bit ahead of him. Into the last few corners now, can't get past anybody else. Ooh. Struggling to get on the power ground the last couple of corners. DRS. But we've finished 17 as we go across the line. P5 for Lewis Hamilton. It seemed that as we were catching up to people, we would always make a little mistake, and that would let them build a bit of a gap so we can get past. Every time we got in that slipstream, we would always make a mistake going into the corner, and never mind. At least our teammate won, Valtteri Bottas. So if you like this video, please give it a like, and if you've made it to this far in the video, type in the comments like something like a word like, I don't know, ball sack. just to let me know that you've watched it all the way to the end. So I hope you liked it, and thanks very, very, very much for watching. Okay, see you later.